We're going to do a simple example now to illustrate what happens when a company pays a dividend. So in our situation, we've got Mooseman Industries is a company that's fully financed by equity. Equity value is 10 million and there's 200,000 common shares outstanding. They have net income of $1,500,000 over the last year and they have $1 million in excess cash. What will be the price per share if they pay out the excess cash as a dividend? Okay, so we said it's an equity it's all equity finance. So essentially what that means is that the value of the company is the value of the equity. So the 10 million that we're told is what the company's worth. So the stock price is going to be the company value, which is the equity, divided by the number of shares outstanding. Okay, so we take $10 million and divide it by 200,000 shares outstanding. And that'll give us what the company shares trade at. So it's going to work out to $50 per share. If this is trading on the stock market, that is the market value of what anyone should be willing to pay. And now they've made a decision that they're going to pay out their excess cash as a dividend. Okay, so this is the price of the stock before any of the cash is paid out. And we know that the price after is going to fall by the amount of the dividend. So let's calculate the amount of the dividend. This should be pretty straightforward now. The amount of the dividend that they're actually going to pay is $1 million. And they have 200,000 shares outstanding. So if you take the $1 million and divide it by the number of shares outstanding, that will tell you how much cash dividend, that each shareholder will receive per share. Okay, so the actual dividend payment is going to be 1 million divided by the 200,000. So it's going to be $5 per share. So you own shares of this company, Mooseman, and the shares are trading at $50, and they just gave you a dividend for $5, and they paid it to you in cash. So on the X dividend date, what's going to happen is the price of your shares are going to fall by the amount of the dividend that you just received. And as a result, the X dividend price, which is the price after the dividend is paid, is going to be the original price before the dividend was paid minus the amount of the dividend. Okay, so in this case, it's very straightforward. It's going to be $50 minus the $5, and that will give you $45 per share as the price of the dividend. Okay, so that is what the company has to trade at. If it doesn't, then there's going to be arbitrage, and people will, as I said in the previous video, people will just buy shares of this company the day before or the week before, maybe the dividend payment, and get the $5 dividend and then sell it again afterwards. So that's why the share price has to fall to $45 at that amount.